Hi everyone. Hi everyone. We have Aishwarya who is working at EY. She was having 5 plus years of experience into data engineering and she is going to share all insights regarding her experience and interview process as a fresher how to get into the data engineering from the data analyst. I'm going to ask more insights from her. So make sure to watch completely video without skipping and like the video, share your thoughts in the comment section. Aishwarya, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Thanks, Madhu, for having me on your channel and for inviting me to share my insights on this podcast. So, let me first briefly introduce myself. My name is Ashwarya Bani. I am working as a senior data engineer at Ernst and Young. I have around 5 years of experience as of now in this IT industry. I completed my BTech in computer science and engineering in 2021, and then I joined Infosys. There I worked as a Azure data engineer for around 3 years, and then I switched to EY. So that's a brief intro about me.
Okay, how did you get your first job as a data engineer?
Okay, yeah. So it was not as a data engineer because I was not aware that I will be I will be aligned with this tech stack. But I joined as a fresher in Infosys, so I was able to get that offer through a hackathon. If you are aware, like it is Hack with Infi. So from there, I got that digital specialist engineer role with Infosys. And after joining Infosys, I was assigned to that big data domain, and from there, my data engineering journey has begun.
Okay, so you participated in hackathon, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's a pan India hackathon.
Okay, so because of that, you got into the opportunity at Infosys, right?
Yeah, for that I was luckily got into like development projects, and I got Azure in Infosys.
Okay, how did you get that hackathon? I mean, do you have any resources to people who want to participate again from the scratch?
Yeah, like it's a coding competition. It's a pan India competition, and that time it was having three questions: easy, intermediate, and hard level of difficulty. So if you are able to crack around two questions in the first round, it you will be selected for the second round, and if you are again able to clear two questions in that round too, you will get the call from Infosys for two roles basically: digital specialist engineer and power programmer.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends how the interview goes. If it goes well, you will get the PP offer, and if it does not go that much good, then you will be getting the digital specialist engineer offer.
Okay, PPO means pre-placement offer, right?
No, PP means power programmer. That's a role in Infosys.
Okay, so which has been conducted by Infosys or is there any other? I mean, I'm
It's
talking about.
solely conducted by Infosys.
Okay, you participated in hackathon in Infosys, right?
Yeah,
Nice, nice. So,
like anyone can participate. Like if you can register for that competition, you can give that competition, and then like you will be able to get the off-campus offer letter. Like you don't have to sit for the basic roles, like the roles that don't assure you that you will be getting a development kind of projects when you are joining as a fresher. So that's the most important thing why I chose to go for that hackathon.
nice, nice. So, okay. So, after completing hackathon, you got a call from Infosys, right?
Yeah,
So, what was the next round? Is there any interview or something?
yeah, it was a technical interview
Hmm.
after that two rounds, and I was able to crack that interview, and then I got that digital specialist engineer role.
Mm-hmm. Mostly, I mean, what kind of tools you were used? I mean, during that whatever the position you told me.
I mean, in the hackathon or
No, no,
in
no.
my day-to-day work in Infosys.
Yeah, day to day work. You got first offer, right, from the Infosys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
So in Infosys, I was mainly assigned to big data domain. There, I got the training about different types of big data technologies and tools. And mainly, I was working with Azure. So I was using Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2, and Azure Synapse Analytics. in my day-to-day tasks.
Okay, that was your first job at
Yeah, that's my first job.
Infosys, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. You haven't taken any courses or something like doing an internship or something?
In college, I did internships, but it was totally a different background. Like that time, I was like doing back end and full stack kind of stuffs. So this is completely different because it is data related and that is totally like some SD kind of rules.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, okay, how did it happen like interview? Like you told me, right? Two rounds of interview is there.
Yeah.
So
No, there is one round of interview. Like there are two rounds in the hackathon, and after that we have one round of technical interview,
okay.
and after that there was a managerial round. That was over the phone.
Hmm.
So in the technical interview, I was asked about DSA related questions, then basic like computer science related subjects like microprocessor, then your DBMS,
Hmm. Okay.
then your programming, then what kind of internships you have done in your college. So, like the for a fresher, you can't expect much more than this. So they just basically grill you on your fundamentals.
Nice, nice. So then, in Infosys, you worked is around 3 years or 2 years?
It was around 3 years.
3 years, right? So
Yeah.
mostly your work. I mean, what is your daily work? You are working as a data engineer daily, or is there any specific task you are doing?
Yeah, mainly like the way like any D project works. Like we used to ingest data from on-prem SQL servers using Azure Data Factory. Then we used to like do transformations based on business requirements, and for that we like we were using Azure Databricks. And after that, we used to store the data in Azure Synapse that was working as a data warehouse for us.
Okay. For example, I'm the fresher. Okay, I want to
Hmm.
get a job at Infosys or Wipro. Okay, I'm the fresher. I want to get the job. So as a
Hmm.
fresher, am I able to get data engineer jobs?
As a fresher, you can get, but frankly speaking, the chances are very low. Because if you search anywhere in LinkedIn or Naukri, you will get lots of opportunities for data engineering roles. But if you filter it out based on fresher kind of experience, then you can see it will be very less.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is not impossible, but the success rate is not that high. I can say, like if you already working as a data analyst and then you are trying to switch into data engineering
Hmm.
kind of roles, it is much it has much higher success rate
Hmm.
than like if you are a fresher and you are directly trying to get into a data engineering role. Or otherwise you can do like you can sit for your campus placements, you can get a role in any company,
Hmm.
you spend 2 years or 1 year in IT, and then you can try to switch internally to your company's data engineering kind of roles. So that's a much easier way to switch your career into data engineering. Because like I don't want to give false hopes to freshers or a newbie. So that's why like just making it clear, like it will be not impossible, but it will not be a smoother road for you as well.
Hmm. So as a fresher, getting data engineering job is which is very hard, right?
Yeah, it's hard because it's a critical role, no, and like company is not expecting any pressure, and then they will train you, they will make you understand how things are happening, and if by mistake you do anything wrong, then it will be a huge loss for the company.
Exactly.
So there are lots of risks
Hmm.
around it.
But folks are like selling data engineering courses online, right? So nowadays.
Yeah, they are selling like it is good. I will not say that all the courses are bad or they are just for selling purposes. So you can take it if you want to go for paid courses for your learning purpose only, but don't go by the fact that they will provide you some assistance or they will surely give you the guarantee that you can be placed as a data engineer with 0 years of experience.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as a fresher, is getting a job is very hard. Okay, I understand. So and for example, if a person working at some XYZ company as a I mean any company. So you want to
Hmm.
switch into data engineering. So what would be your plan to switch into the data engineering role?
Okay, so if you are asking for some kind of roadmap that people can follow in 2026 to master data engineering, then I will mainly focus on five things.
Okay.
First will be SQL because that's the language for databases, and you just can't ignore it. If you are targeting any role in the data domain, like be it data analyst, data scientist, or data engineer,
Oh yeah.
so you need to be very good at SQL. You need to be advanced level of expert in concepts like joins, aggregates, window functions, then query optimizations and performance.
Yeah.
And the second will be Python. So Python will be very helpful for someone who is targeting any role in data. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to be aware of basic data types like list, tuple, dictionary,
Mm-hmm.
then some kind of file handling, string manipulation, then how we will implement ETL and API ingestion in Python,
Okay.
then two important libraries like pandas and numpy. And you have to be you should be able to write codes which will be clean, testable, and modular
Mm-hmm.
in Python.
Okay. Okay.
Then the third thing will be a modern data platform. It can be anything, Databricks or Snowflake.
Mm-hmm.
So which one you will use, it depends on you. Both are good, both are in demand,
Mm.
and you just choose any one of this and get good at it.
Mm.
And like if you are choosing Databricks, you need to master PySpark, and
Okay.
if you choose Snowflake, you need to master SQL even more.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth topic will be cloud fundamentals, which is like a big yes for any company. Like if you are seeing any job description, you will for sure you will get any one of these three cloud services: AWS, GCP, or Azure.
Mm-hmm.
So you can choose any one of it, but I would suggest choose between Azure and AWS because both are in demand.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to learn all the services that are there.
Okay.
So that's a pretty vague idea people are having, that you need to learn 50 tools or something
Mm-hmm.
if you are starting with any cloud services. So I can say if you are choosing Azure, you need to learn Azure Data Factory, Cosmos DB,
Mm-hmm.
then Azure Functions,
Okay.
Azure Synapse Analytics, and Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2.
Okay.
And if you are choosing between AWS or GCP, so don't worry because they have sibling services.
Okay.
So if the fundamentals are clear, if the concepts are clear, you can switch into any cloud in weeks, not even in months.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the last topic will be AI for data engineers because in this year, we cannot just ignore AI if you are preparing for data engineering kind of roles. So you need to be good at generating SQL and Python faster using AI. You need to know how to automate documentation using AI, and you need to improve data quality and monitoring as well using AI.
Mm-hmm.
And bonus will be if you can learn Cloud Code.
Yeah, what did you say? Cloud?
Cloud Code.
Okay. Is that some kind of tool something?
Yeah, Claude is a AI kind of tool.
I'm not aware about that. That's why I'm asking you. Okay.
Okay, okay, that's fine. And like these are mainly the technical skills. These are must have for a data engineer, but also you don't forget about like learning things like ETL concepts, then data modeling, business knowledge. Because as a data engineer, you will work closely with the business. So
Okay.
if you are having both technical skills and business knowledge, it will be a win-win situation for both you and the company.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm having 2 years of experience in IT, but I want to switch into this data engineering role from the same company.
Mhm.
I have to learn these kind
Mhm.
of tools, right? This is the way you have.
Yeah, you need to learn this six things.
Mhm. SQL, Python, and as well as Snowflake, any cloud platform, AWS or Azure something,
Yeah, yeah.
along with
And
AI.
some amount of AI.
Yeah, integration with AI.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so what was the rounds, interview rounds? If somebody want to switch into the data engineering, so how it would be? I mean, interview. So how to prepare that?
So generally there are two technical rounds and one managerial round in most of the companies if you go for data engineering interviews.
Okay.
So in the first round they mainly ask you about SQL. I mean, they can ask you theoretical questions as well as practical questions. Like you need to write it in some notepad or some white paper. Then they will ask you questions from PySpark.
Hmm.
Then some concepts regarding like Azure tools like Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse Analytics.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So this is what the first round looks like, and the second round will be more on your it will be based on your project, like your real time experience. So they will ask you different types of scenario based questions. They will grill you based on typical errors that we get during our day to day works. Like if this happens, what you will do, how we will resolve the code in production. If this fails, then how you will resolve the code in production in shortest time so that business don't get any kind of losses.
Hmm.
So it is basically more onto your project. So you have to be very good whatever you are writing in the CV and whatever you are mentioning about your project.
Hmm. 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 Okay, so first one is the technical interview. Second one is based on the project, right? Scenario
Yeah.
based questions.
Yeah, and third round will be managerial round. So it's basically like generic managerial kind of questions and salary negotiation.
Okay, in managerial round, what kind of questions somebody is going to expect?
So there also they can ask you some kind of scenario based question, like some related to business, like if there is a like a project idea and you need to propose it to your client, then how you will how you will make them like how we will make them agree that you need to use it and it will be beneficial for them, and how basically you will get that deal for your company. So in most of the roles you can work alone. Like always it is not guaranteed that you will be working in a team in this kind of firms like big four or something. So there as a like side by side you have to do as a like you need to work as a project manager along with the developer.
Hmm.
So that requires business knowledge and some leadership skills. So those kind of questions they can ask you in the managerial round.
Hmm. Then followed by HR round. These are the four
Yeah,
rounds.
followed by some salary negotiation kind of discussions and all.
Okay. So for example, I want to switch into the data engineering. So here, what kind of project portfolio should I build?
Okay, you need to build projects which include the ETL process, like from scratch to end. Like you will be doing some ingestion stuff using some orchestration tool like AWS Glue or Azure Data Factory. Then you will be doing ingestion kind of stuff on your raw data. Then you will do some transformation using anything AWS Databricks or Azure Databricks. That's your transformation tool. And lastly, you will be storing data somewhere. It can be your Azure Synapse Analytics or it can be Redshift. So it should show the whole flow in your project if you are making any project for your portfolio as a fresher.
Mm-hmm. So is there any particular domain should I do project something like that?
A particular domain, as in a particular cloud service, you are asking?
No, in data analytics there are multiple domains like healthcare, finances, like this. In data engineering also should I?
You can like choose any like finance or like retail or healthcare life science. So it depends like you can choose any domain. You just need to have some knowledge about that domain, how the data looks like and all, and then you can build on like your project, because as a fresher they will not expect that much knowledge about business from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So right, so this is regarding project portfolio. And so for example, if you are
Yeah.
if you are applying, I mean if you are for example, if you are appearing for the interview, okay, so what would be your focus? Okay, how to prepare like interviews? Is there any common questions should I prepare? Is there anything, any specific strategy you had?
So I basically follow this like I basically like focus on my fundamentals, because if your fundamentals are in good place, if it is strong, then I don't think you will face any kind of difficulties in your interviews, because mostly they will ask you questions regarding SQL, Python, PySpark. So if you have good grasp on these things, then I don't think you will face much difficulty. So I don't have any separate roadmap. I'm like on my own I follow this kind of things, because if you are targeting a 3 month or 4 month preparation time,
Mm-hmm.
then I think this three or these six things are fine enough. Like it will take 6 months max
Mm-hmm.
if you are not aware fully about these tools or technologies, and I think that would be more than enough for you
Okay.
to clear your interviews.
Okay, right now you're working at EY, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So how did you get that opportunity? Is there any particular platform you got call?
Actually, I was mainly like searching jobs in LinkedIn and Naukri.
Okay.
But for this EY opportunity, I got that call from the recruiter directly from LinkedIn, and then I was shortlisted for that particular interview.
Okay. Is that I mean is that folks? I mean, is that recruiter reached out through itself, or is somebody is like referring something?
No, actually, that time I did not apply for any job through any portal or through any referral for EY or something like I was about to do, but in the meantime, I got the call from the recruiter itself. So before that, I had offered from Accenture as well.
Mm-hmm. Like okay, for example, is that particular recruiter have seen your profile like any projects or something? By
They checked my profile in LinkedIn.
yeah, that's okay. But you said right, recruiter has been reached out to you. But
Yeah.
here is my question is, why that recruiter reach out to you your profile? For example, do you have done any projects or something, or any something which is interested in your profile? So that's why they are going to reach out to you, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because your LinkedIn is your digital resume, right? So
Exactly.
if you have CV, that's the physical resume, but the LinkedIn reflects what you are doing. Like, what are the main, what is the main niche of yours? Like, in which technology you are mainly working, what kind of depth you have regarding those tech stack. And like, since I have already industry experience of 3+ years that time, so like my project did that work for me, like
Mm-hmm.
because for a fresher your GitHub portfolio or something can work, but if you are an experienced person, it more on your professional experience, like what kind of work you have done throughout that time, and
Mm-hmm.
that mainly attracts the recruiters.
Okay. So for example, I mean, are you which platform you are going to suggest to get the interview calls as a, I mean, I want to switch into the data engineering. Should I go with the Naukri?
LinkedIn and Naukri.
Apart from these two, do you have any idea?
Apart from this okay, you can try like Insta hire platform. Sometimes we get calls from there too,
Uh-huh.
but I generally prefer if you go by company portals, search there and apply on your own. And sometimes if you have someone who can refer you in their company, go by that way, because that is more helpful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you said right from analyst to engineering switching is which is very easy,
Yeah.
right? So for example, how much salary someone can expect as a data engineer, as a switching like from data analyst to data engineer?
So if you are a like junior data engineer, you can expect somewhere around 12 LPA per annum.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a senior data engineer, then you can expect somewhere around 30 LPA. And
Mm-hmm.
it totally depends on your negotiation skills, on your years of experience, and what kind of company you are targeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's all from my end. If you want to say something to the audience, if I miss something, you can say to them.
Yeah, I just want to convey like one thing, like people are very scared nowadays that AI, like there is AI, and it will like take your job away from you. But I don't think that's a true thing. This is a hype topic. I think like people are making videos and they are making the new freshers scared about this kind of AI things. But what I feel generally, AI is only there to help you to accelerate your work to like it is basically for making you able to do that work in a lesser time
Hmm.
and to be very like to be more efficient as a data engineer. So don't get afraid of this AI boom or something. You have to be like you need to be upskilled. You have to grow. You have to grow with the current scenario. Like if there is something coming, you should be enthusiastic enough to learn about those things instead of getting scared of those things, and instead of complaining that this is there and that's why my job is going or something is not happening. So I would only say, don't be scared of those things. If you have skills, you have right skills. If you have upskilled yourself that way, then it will only create opportunities for you. And it is there, like the data engineering jobs will be in more boom in 2030 than now. So yeah, it's a very good domain, and if you are targeting to switch into data engineering, even if you have experience which is non related to data engineering or not related to IT, that also will work for you. You can still switch into data engineering. There is like no such criteria that you have to have such a background and then only you can get into the kind of roles.
Okay, for example, I'm working as an analyst. Okay, so you're working as a data engineer. So, for example,
Hmm.
so which I mean, as an analyst, positions are very huge, or engineering positions are very huge. Like I'm
I
talking
did
about,
not get your questions.
I'm talking about. So I'm working as a data analyst. You're working as a
Okay.
data engineer. Okay.
Yeah.
So for example, in real time, so which jobs are more openings? That's what I'm asking.
So, if you are asking about more jobs in data analyst roles or more job in data engineering kind of role, I would say it's equal, because if you target any kind of role which is in the data field, like data scientist or data engineer or data analyst, there are like similar kind of opportunities, because every role is different from the other. Data ecosystem will require data engineer, data scientist, data analyst, all these three kind of people to work. Okay, because we are preparing the data, and you as a data analyst is making dashboards, you are making insights out of it, you are getting the trends for the company, and then the data scientists will use those things and they will make models and they will research more about it to help the company to grow faster. So all the rules are different and all have their specific scopes. So every like all the three roles have similar or same kind of opportunities out there in the market. So
Okay.
you can target anyone and you can get through it.
Okay. Which I mean, which one can get high salary, like engineers or analysts?
Again, that is like controversial. There
Okay.
is no such data that will show you that data analysts are getting lesser than data engineers or data scientists are getting higher than data engineers. So it totally depends on you, how you are how well skilled you are, how you can sell your skills to the recruiter, how like which type of company you are targeting. If you are
Okay.
targeting PVC, you will definitely end up in higher salaries. And if you are targeting MNCs, that's a different thing. Like how the service-based companies pay you. So that's totally on you. Like if you are less paid or overpaid, that totally depends on you.
Okay. Thank you, Ashwarya. Thank you for sharing all insights and giving time to us. And thank you so much. And all the best for your future.
Thank you. It's a nice meeting with all of you.
Yeah.